All right, guys. This is a help video for the quiz on Thursday, as far as recording your density. So I recorded one previously that was right here, but that was not very challenging, and so I thought these ones would be closer to what you're actually going to do. So I gave you guys the worksheet, this guy here, so the backside going from question 5 and beyond. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and show you guys how to find density of each one of these. Okay, so first we got to go through. So I've made some different colors. So mass is going to be green, volume is going to be red, and density is going to be blue. Okay, and so we're paying attention to this equation. Density is equal to mass over volume. Okay, and so for each one of these, so like question 5, it starts to talk about uh, about giving a flask. So like a flask that weighs 345.8 grams. Okay, and so this is the starting volume of the flask, is filled with 225 milliliters, so that's going to be a volume. Okay, so that's right there, of tetrachloride. The weight of the flask and the tetrachloride in it. So this is flask plus the carbon tetrachloride, was found to be 703.55 grams. Okay, so right from the information, calculate the density of this. So basically, I'm going to start at the top. So where we have density is equal to mass over volume. So, right, so we know density is equal to the mass, which is the 345.8 grams. Okay, but both the flask and the carbon tetrachloride. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take this number minus the 345.8 grams. Okay, and that's going to be your the okay, the mass of that particular thing. So if you look back, so that's going to be a total of 357. Okay, so 357.7 grams divided by the volume, which is 225 milliliters. So I'm going to take this guy, okay, in red. Okay, so below this one says 225 milliliters. Okay, and so what that's going to work out to, remember to keep your units separate, so grams over milliliters. So that means your answer is going to be something grams per milliliter. Okay, so then you just put into your calculator 357 divided by 225. Okay, and that's going to give you a density of 1.59 grams per milliliter. Okay, so now if we go on to question number 2, okay, it says calculate the density of sulfuric acid of 354 milliliters. So, right, that's going to be a volume. So I'm going to put a green around that one. Okay, and the weight of 65.14 grams. So that's going to be your mass. Okay, so, dang it, did that backwards. All right, so, see, that's why you have an undo button. Dang it. Okay, so now when we go through this guy, okay, so our mass, okay, is going to be, right, 65.14 grams. Okay, the volume is going to be this guy here. So our density is just going to be equal to 35.4 grams divided by the volume, which is 65.14. Okay, and that's going to be, right, so now this should give you a, whoops, I did that backwards. Whoops. Minor issue, right? So, right, so the mass divided by the volumes, which is 65.14 divided by 35.4. Okay, and that's going to give you an answer of 1.8 grams per milliliter. Okay, so that's going to be question number 6. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through the answers with you. Okay, so question 7. Okay, so question 7, that's going to have a mass, because on this one, we're going to find the mass. Okay, so with this one, mass in this particular case is going to be 219.1 gram. Okay, and so the other way you can find this, right, if density is equal to mass over volume, if I wanted to solve for M, what I would do is multiply by V. Okay, so I do times V. Okay, so when I do that, I'm going to times V on the other side. Now, anytime you multiply, you have a number over another number, it's going to cancel out to 1. Okay, so mass is equal to volume times density. Okay, so in this case, right? We have our volume of this right here times this guy here. Okay, and that is going to be measured in grams. Okay, so for this one, number 8, okay, so we'll go through and we'll clear that out. Okay, so right, a block of lead has a dimension of this by this by this. Okay, so remember you can get volume by length times width times height. Okay, so meaning I'm just going to multiply those three things together, and that's going to give me my volume. Okay, so we want to calculate density. So density is equal to the mass divided by the volume. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be 1,587 grams over 4.5 times 5.2 times 6.0. Okay, and that's going to give you a final answer of, see, number 8. Okay, so that's going to give you a final answer, 11.3 grams per milliliter. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful. So remember, if you guys have any questions, concerns, anything like that, you can always text me at 81010 at Dressel ES. Okay, thanks for watching.